What up, though? Eddie Alchemist here. All right, now again, before I start this video, I want to tell y'all something. If you've been in this is 60 videos in. Some of y'all are just gonna last these 60 videos because this is probably where you end right here. But how to survive prison, going home, part one. This is a two-parter, but if you did your whole bit, you got your parole, and you just waiting to go home at this point. Time is gonna drag. Like if you if you ain't never been bored before, you gonna be bored now because you got your parole and you not worried about nothing. Now again, that's the best thing in the world. Hey man, I'm about to go home and this and that. But then again, you got a lot of people that will literally try to fuck your chances up from going home. You will have people trying to put knives under your bed, put knives in your locker. Now again, not saying that people will really do this shit, but people will really do this shit. And again, you get caught with a shank, you get caught with a shank or a knife from the kitchen or anything like that, you through. You That's a whole goddamn another case. Now again, you in this situation, you about to go home. Some of y'all, some of y'all just thinking like, damn man, 60 videos of this shit and this I don't want to go there. Telling you, it get worse. I ain't even and think about it, people. This shit go. It's a lot. Is a lot deeper. And I ain't even got into like the whole. I haven't even got to the whole meat part of everything just yet. I just got to like you just got appetizers. You got a drink or two, but you about to get to the main course in a little bit. But stick it out with me. Now, when you first get your parole, you either gonna see the parole board or you're going to get it under the door. You're gonna get your PSI packet, you're gonna get your point score. They're gonna be like, well, the high probability of you getting your parole or the low probability of you getting your parole. Like, telling you right now, people, if you got a high probability, you're more than likely gonna get your shit. The only way you are not gonna go home, only way you're not gonna go home is if you get into a fight. You get into a fight, the parole board can literally make you sit there for a whole nother year, or they can let you out within 6 months or something like that. But they definitely add on time because you fucking up. Now, if you don't have any class one tickets, it's like them tickets is fucking serious. The parole board does not care about class two tickets or class three tickets. They look at them, but they don't really care too much. But they care about class ones because them be the most dangerous ones. So again, don't get no class one ticket. You better tell your boyfriend or whoever that you know in prison, don't get no class one ticket. If you get a class two, it is what it is. It ain't gonna matter too much because you already got your out date. Now, again, this is where shit get tricky. You better tell people, you better lie about your out date. Keep your paperwork hidden. Don't let nobody in your cell. Just lie. Today, lie. Just be like, shoot, man, my out date is this and this date. But when it's time for you to go home, what you gonna do is that you gonna get up around like 5 o'clock. Like you gonna get up around like 5 o'clock, and then you gonna be like, you gotta sign all your papers out before you leave anyway. You gonna see the nurse, you gonna see the doctor. They gonna check your blood test. Oh yeah, need I mention throughout this whole entire time that you've been in prison, they're gonna constantly check your blood and check everything else. You can get teeth work done, whatever. But just telling y'all that you gonna get all of your paperwork and stuff before you go home. Now, important thing. The fact is that when you do get your parole, and you do get it, you guaranteed to go home. Everything that you've done, whether you was doing stealing shit for people or doing whatever, you got your parole. Go home. You got dudes that want to stay in prison. So it's like you don't want to be that person that stays in prison. You want to be that person that goes home. But again, you really do have people that want to stay in there. I don't know why that shit is just so fucking awkward. Like, why the fuck would you want to stay in prison? Like, motherfucker, the object is to go the fuck home. But again, you got some people that want to stay there, man. Mm, just let that sink in for a second. Like, damn, people are afraid to leave prison. Just, I don't know, man. But if you're gonna do it this way, um, I don't know. You should be. Don't do nothing stupid. You got your shit. You got your paperwork. Like, you gotta go see some. From what I know, that you gotta go see your PO. You see your PO before you leave. You know who he or she is. Um, they might be on some cool shit. They may or may not be on some cool shit. I personally don't know, but for the most part, people, you will be good. Now, I want you to understand this shit, and I really want y'all to understand this is that it's a lot to going on, and you got to make sure you done with your classes that you have to take. So anything that you were required by the parole board to take, you got to take them bitches and make sure you get that shit done before you even go see the parole board. You better tell them that you in the class right now, because you need to make sure they had that shit complete, labeled complete on your paperwork. Because if not, you gonna be sitting in that bitch until that shit get labeled complete. But again, it's so much other shit to go into it, man. You gotta make sure that the parole board actually give you your parole, and if they give it to you, you got your out date. After that shit happens, shit, better let whoever know that you coming home to that he coming home, man. Like, be happy. Be happy that whoever that you know that's in prison isn't fucked up. Because again, this is just the going. This is part one of going home. But half the motherfuckers that be going that went into that bitch, some people leave out fucked up. Some people leave out and they don't be fucked up. But you definitely got some people that leave out fucked up. You just don't even know be realizing just yet. But again, I'll tell you in the other ones. Man, how to survive prison. Episode 60, going home. Man, you better tell whoever got their parole, man, don't fuck up. Cause you still got a long way to go before you get out that bitch.